We're constantly feeding information into our devices, right? But have you ever really stopped to think about how an AI sees all that info? Because it's definitely not all the same to a machine. And that difference between what we call structured and unstructured data is really the secret to unlocking its true power. Let's dig in. Imagine this. Is your data a perfectly sorted toolbox where every single wrench and screwdriver has its own special spot? Or is it more like a big old bucket of random parts that you have to sift through just to find what you need? That simple idea is right at the heart of how AI deals with our world. So we're basically talking about two completely different languages here. One is built for the super rigid, logical world of machines, and the other is for the messy, kind of nuanced world of us, of human communication. Okay, let's start with structured data. This is the stuff that loves rules. It fits perfectly into a predefined model. You know it well. Think of the rows and columns in a spreadsheet, or a customer order form, or database records. It's clean, it's organized, it's predictable, and machines absolutely love predictable. And then there's, well, everything else. Unstructured data is kind of like the messy teenager's bedroom of the information world. It's your emails, your social media posts, those troubleshooting notes someone threw in a Jira ticket. Heck, it's even the words I'm saying right now. It's all the information that doesn't fit into a neat little box, mostly because it was meant for human eyes, not for a machine to parse. Let's make this super clear with some examples. On the structured side, you've got things like network tables, data formatted in JSON or XML, or Yang models, which are basically a strict grammar for network devices. But then, on the unstructured side, you have the raw text from a command line, syslog messages that read like sentences, and yep, even feedback posts on Instagram. You can almost feel the difference, right? For years, we've had different tools to manage these two types of data. But the arrival of large language models, AI, has completely upended everything. Suddenly, we have this powerful new intelligence that has to make sense of both the neat stuff and the messy stuff. And getting that right has never been more critical. So why is AI so obsessed with structured data? It's simple, really. There's zero guesswork involved. The AI doesn't have to read or interpret it. It just imports it. That makes it incredibly efficient. It uses way fewer resources, which translates directly into being faster and cheaper to process. It's consistent and just ready to go, right into a machine learning model. But with unstructured data, now the AI has to guess. A lot. Does the word up in a network log always mean the same thing? The data is just full of noise. Extra words like change state to that do nothing but waste processing power. All this means the AI has to do a ton of cleaning, or what we call pre-processing, before the data is even remotely usable. So the answer seems obvious, right? Just use structured data for everything. Problem solved. But it's just not that simple. We're about to uncover a hidden cost, something we're calling 8 token tax, and it complicates everything. And this is where our story takes a really interesting turn. What if that super clean, perfectly organized toolbox of structured data has its own hidden cost? What if the very thing that was designed for maximum efficiency is actually holding our AI back? This quote from Mykola Alexandrov just reframes the whole conversation. When we see a neat little data object, an AI sees something completely different. All it sees is a stream of tokens. Okay, so what in the world is a token? Well, it's the most basic unit an AI uses to think. It could be a whole word, part of a word, or just a symbol. And here is the kicker. Every single piece of formatting in your structured data, every curly brace, every quote, every colon, counts as a token. Every single one is a unit of work for the AI. And that work, it adds up. Get this, up to a whopping 30 to 40% of an AI's precious short-term memory, its context window, can be totally wasted just processing the syntax of formats like JSON. We're not even talking about the data itself, just the digital packaging it comes in. And that waste is what we're calling the token tax. It's a tax you pay in speed and in actual money every single time you ask an AI to process your supposedly clean and efficient structured data. So this brings us to a big showdown. If even our best structured data has this hidden cost, which format gives us the most bang for our buck in the age of AI? Let's bring out the contenders. In one corner, you've got XML, the classic heavyweight, built like a tank to enforce super strict rules. Then there's JSON, the nimble, lightweight champion that completely took over the world of web APIs. Our third challenger is YAML, which has a laser focus on being easy for us humans to read. And finally, the newcomer, Tuan, a specialized format designed from the ground up just for LLM efficiency. All right, let's check the judges' scorecard. When it comes to human readability, YAML and TON are the clear winners. For pure machine processing, JSON's elegant simplicity makes it a champ. For enforcing those ironclad rules, XML is still unmatched. But for what we're calling LLM friendliness, that sweet spot of being readable and concise, well, the newcomer TON really does shine. And here's that token tax in action, visually. To show the exact same piece of information, XML is by far the heaviest. It's the most verbose. JSON is a huge improvement, but look at YAML and Tome. They're the leanest of the bunch, designed for maximum efficiency. So who's the ultimate champion here? The truth is, there isn't one. The best format depends entirely on the fight you're actually in. So here's a quick guide. If you need absolutely ironclad, bulletproof data validation, the old heavyweight XML is still your champ. For web APIs, where literally everyone needs to speak the same language, JSON is the undisputed king. If you're writing configuration files that you or another human needs to read easily, go with YAML. But if your one and only goal is pure, unadulterated efficiency when feeding data to an LLM, the newcomer TON is the champion you should be watching. So the most crucial point, the one thing to take away from all this, is that we can no longer take our data formats for granted. In the age of AI, how you structure your data isn't just some minor technical detail. It is a critical architectural decision that has a direct impact on your cost, your speed, and your performance. And that brings us to our final thought. This battle is far from over. Will one of these contenders evolve and just dominate this new landscape? Or is there maybe a fifth contender out there, just waiting for its moment to enter the ring and change the game completely? The fight, for now, continues.